My name is Kathy Willis, and I am the Executive Director of Huronia Transition Homes. We operate La Maison Rosewood Shelter, Athena Sexual Assault Counseling and Advocacy Center, and Choices for Children, which is a program for kids who've been exposed to violence against their moms. We have some concern about the recommendations made in the Gaia report, specifically around cutting obstetrics and gynecology from the Midland Hospital. The women that we serve very often are women who don't have access to a lot of resources. They are women who don't have vehicles, and many of the women have issue even connecting up with us at the shelter, so we're providing transportation. So you can see that a decision about cutting obstetrics and gynecology at the hospital will have a differential impact on a huge part of our community. We know so many things about early childhood development now and how important it is to support moms, and that a stress-free pregnancy and a well-connected mom, it makes for a really solid, good parenting relationship and a good, solid connection from infancy on. Our other issue is around the fact that GBGH has provided termination of pregnancy for a good long time. And what we know is that young women are much more likely to terminate a pregnancy at a hospital-based program rather than a clinic. And I assume that's because a hospital provides women with the anonymity that they feel that they need. This is a very difficult decision, as we all know, and for many young women, I think they want to avoid the stigma and want to remain anonymous. It's also, the World Health Organization has, adamantly defended that in order to have equality, that women have to have access to sexual and reproductive health care. And if we take that outside of this community, we are creating a significant barrier for many women. Lots of us will not feel the impact because we have vehicles and a 45-minute drive is not going to be too arduous. But for many women who don't have vehicles, it's going to be impossible to access health care. Not to mention the differential impact this will have to the women and men of Beausoleil First Nation. You know, if you are living on Christian Island, you are already facing a minimum of a 45-minute drive in order to access, of 45 minutes in transportation by ferry and then on ground in order to access the hospital. So I really am hopeful that the board of GBGH will reconsider this clinical recommendation and look for other options. We know going forward that the obstetrics and gynecological framework being used by GBGH is changing. We know now that midwives have privilege at the hospital, and I think now we will see an increase of births. We will see an increase of women accessing this hospital to birth their children because this hospital is going to be a much more progressive place to give birth. Thank you.